Welcome back everyone to Cooking with Frenchy. I hope you had an amazing week, and today I'm going to show you how to cook one of the 5 mother sauce, a classical basic bechamel sauce, also called the white sauce. Why using the bechamel sauce? Because it's a nice sauce, it's nice and easy, and it has many uses. For example, you can use for your macaroni cheese. You can also use it for your lasagna. You can also use it to make just a sauce, but from this sauce we can create another sauce, which is a derivative. It's the Mornay sauce. We add eggs and cheese with it, and we got a Mornay sauce. If you want to change and add parsley to it, you then have a parsley sauce, and so on. There is so many derivatives to the bechamel sauce, and you will love it. It's nice and easy, but before we go and I show you how to make that, make sure you subscribe, you change your notification bell setting, give me a like, share it to all your social media, and the recipe always going to be under this video in the show more little description. So let's get cooking! To make the bechamel sauce, which we transform into Mornay sauce, what we need is typical ingredients: butter, flour, onions, bay leaf, and that's what's going to make the Mornay, the bechamel, the Mornay. Milk, always use white ground pepper for white sauce, and I put a little bit of nutmeg, and later on we're going to check the seasoning with the salt. First of all, I need to warm up my milk and infuse the bay leaves and the roughly chopped onions. Put that in a saucepan, and we'll bring that to a boiling, simmering motion. We don't want it boiling in too hot, we want it just warm. Meanwhile, I'm gonna grab another saucepan and make what we call a roux. A roux, that's what's going to make your sauce thick. So if you want a runny sauce, you want about 50 grams of butter and 50 grams of flour for a liter of milk, which is what we got here. If you want something a little bit thicker, to go either in a vol au vent or pie or tart or quiche style dishes, you need to have 100 grams of butter and 100 grams of flour. Saucepan, butter, and let it melt. So meanwhile, I'm going to give a little bit more flavor to my milk with half a teaspoon of nutmeg. I always work with a whisk for my bechamel sauce and Mornay sauce, just to make sure we avoid any lumps. Make sure we melt the butter properly and correctly, and we don't want it to take too much color because we want it as a white sauce. Bechamel sauce is also called the white sauce. It's time to add your flour all at once and give it a little bit of a stir, just like this. Switch off the heat for now until the milk is ready. As you can see, my milk is warmed up. You can see the little steam coming up, it's enough. So I'm going to start to take a little bit of the liquid and add to my roux. First of all, really dilute the roux with a little bit of the milk without heating up. You see how it gets thick already. So we had some more milk. If you put all the milk at once, you will have lumps. Hence, it's important to just, dilute a little bit at a time. Go right to the side bottom of the pan. There's no heat as yet. This is a very traditional way to make the bechamel sauce, the white sauce. Use a strainer. And then you add all the milk. Again, slowly at first. Now, an important thing that my students seems to generally forget, it's you need to cook this. That means it needs to boil, and at least for a minute or two. That will allow the starch of the flour to cook, so your sauce will be stable, it will be thick, and it won't taste like flour. So, heat on, and whilst you're cooking it a little bit further, make sure you are whisking. Now bubbles are forming here and there. So that's what we call getting to the boiling point. When we reach that boiling point, that's when we cook for another minute. And that's done. You just watch the making of a bechamel sauce, otherwise called white sauce, one of the French mother sauce.